Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. And hello, good afternoon to you all. Welcome once again to the studio where we record the Let's Speak English show. Yes, we're here, ready and waiting for you to join us so that we can get started on the fourth lesson of this week's revision session. So, if you're all ready, if you've been to the toilet and are now sitting down in front of the telly in your favourite spot with a cup of coffee or tea by your side, then, well, in that case, we're all ready to begin, aren't we? Okay then, what are we waiting for? Let the lesson begin with another look at the idea of temporary and permanent. Let's think about something else we learned last week. Things that are temporary and things which are permanent. Now, do you all remember what we were talking about last lesson about temporary and permanent? Well, let's think about those two words for a moment. I'd like you to think about tattoos for a minute. Think about the tattoos you get as a present with sweets. Tattoos for children. These are not permanent. These are temporary. They're called temporary tattoos. You put them onto your skin and they stay for a few days. The same as henna tattoos. Someone draws on your skin with henna and you have a design, a tattoo on your skin, which remains there for a couple of weeks or more if you don't wash. But just like with Hollywood films, these are temporary. Have a look at this photo of the actor Jeremy Irons in the film From Dusk Till Dawn. And here's another photo of Mr. Irons in the TV series Kojak. Now, what difference can you see between the two photos? That's right. In the second picture, Mr. Irons hasn't got any tattoos. This means that the tattoos weren't permanent. They were temporary. They didn't stay forever. It was like the children's tattoos we get. It was like the henna tattoos you can get on holiday. It lasted for a couple of weeks and then Mr. Irons washed it off or it faded. So the people at Hollywood wanted Mr. Irons to have a tattoo. His character in From Dusk Till Dawn had tattoos. But Mr. Irons didn't want to have his body covered in tattoos. So the people in Hollywood bought some temporary tattoos and stuck them onto his body. Now, because the tattoos were temporary, they faded after a few days or a few weeks. If something fades, it grows faint and disappears. When the night falls, the light fades. The light slowly disappears. When you come back from a holiday in the sun, your skin is nice and brown, you're tanned, you've got a suntan. But when you come back home, your tan starts to fade. Every day your skin gets closer to the colour you were before you went on holiday. Your tan fades. If you have a red t-shirt and you put it into the sun, after a while the t-shirt will fade. It'll still be red, but the red colour isn't as strong. The colour has faded. We can also use the verb to fade with other things, not only colours. If you have a pair of Bluetooth headphones, you can listen to your stereo without a wire connecting you to the stereo. You can walk about the flat and not trip over the wire connecting your headphones to the stereo. But Bluetooth headphones can receive a signal up to about 10 meters from the source. And if you move further away, the signal will fade. And you won't be able to hear your music clearly or at all. The signal fades if you move too far from the source. Okay, so it's time now to practice what we learned about the tenses we know. To have a look at when we use the present continuous and when we use the present simple. First, let's have a look at a couple of timelines about the two tenses so that we can see the difference in a visual manner. Okay, so in the first timeline, we can see the present continuous. We use the present continuous for things happening at the time of speaking or around the time of speaking. In the second timeline, we can see the present simple. We use the present simple for things that are true in general or things that happen repeatedly. Let's look at the difference in a table. Mabel, Mabel, please help if you're able. We don't need a modem or an Ethernet cable. But where you could help with your amphibian art is to show us examples of tenses in a chart. The kettle's boiling. Can you turn it off? Water boils at 100 degrees. Listen to those men. What language are they speaking? Excuse me, do you speak English? We can go out. It isn't raining. It doesn't rain in the desert. What are you doing? What do you normally do at the weekend? Okay, well, Mabel helped us to visualize what we were thinking about. But we didn't finish there, did we? That's right. We looked at some sentences and practiced some more, didn't we? Okay, good. Now, let's have a look at some sentences. In these sentences, I want you to look at the sentences and decide if the form of the verb is correct or incorrect. If it's wrong, then correct it. Number one, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Number two, the water boils. Can you turn it off, please? Number three, look, that man tries to open the door of your car. Number four, hurry up, we're going to be late. Okay, I come. Number five, Georgi is very good at languages. He's speaking 4 languages. Okay, so how did you get on? Was that difficult or easy? Well, let's check them together and see how you did. Okay, number one, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That's correct. It's perfect. We're making a statement of fact. We're telling someone something which is always true. And so, we use the present simple. I'm a man. My first name is Gav. My surname is Duncan. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Facts. Things in general or things that happen repeatedly. Present simple. Good. Okay. Number two. What have you got for number two? The water boils. Can you turn it off, please? Wrong. Here we need the present continuous. We're in the kitchen, cooking, and I'm busy. I can see that the water is boiling. It's happening now when I'm speaking, and I'm asking you to turn the heat off to stop it boiling. Present continuous for actions happening at or around the time of speaking. It's happening now when I'm talking. It's the present continuous. Next, number three. What do you think? Look, that man tries to open the door of your car. Wrong. We're in your flat, looking out of your window, and I can see something happening now when I'm speaking. Present continuous for things happening at or around the time of speaking. That man is trying to open your car door now when I'm talking. It's the present continuous. Next, hurry up, we're going to be late. Okay, I come. Wrong. The first part of the sentence is correct. I'm using going to because I can see that something is sure to happen. I'm sure of it, so I use going to. But the reply is in the wrong tense. You're telling me that you're coming now, when we're talking. Action at or around the time of speaking. It's present continuous. We're not talking about something that happens in general, like I come to work at 8:30 every weekday. No. Here, we're talking about something happening now, at the time of speaking. It's present continuous. And the last one, number 5. Józsi is very good at languages. He's speaking 4 languages. Wrong. Józsi may be very good at languages, but this is a general idea, not something which is happening now, at the time of speaking. Nobody is speaking 4 languages. We can only speak 1 language at a time. We can say that someone speaks 1 or 2 or 3 or 15 languages, but we can't say someone is speaking more than 1 language. It's impossible. We all have 1 mouth and 1 tongue. We can only speak 1 language at a time. So Józsi is very good at languages. He speaks 4 languages. Okay, so let's recap. We use the present simple to talk about things in general, about things which are always true, about things which don't change, permanent situations, and about things which happen repeatedly. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. I'm a man. I live in Budapest. It doesn't rain in the desert. We use the present continuous tense to talk about things which are happening at the time of speaking, things which are happening now as I'm talking to you. We also use the present continuous to talk about future plans and arrangements, as we learned last week. And we use the present continuous to talk about situations which are temporary, not permanent. I'm talking to you now. Modi is monitoring the video feed from the camera. I'm having lunch with Chief Mangosuthu Buthelezi next Monday at noon. I'm working in a factory for the summer holidays, then I go back to university. And we're finished. Yes, that's right. I'm talking to you now, but I'm going to stop in a moment because we've come to the end of the lesson. Yes, it's that time again. The end has arrived. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the lessons as much as we enjoy making the lessons. Well, as I said, our time is up. So it's time for me to go home and have a coffee and start writing some more lessons. Okay then, have fun for the rest of the day, relax and enjoy yourselves. I'll see you all tomorrow afternoon. Well, I won't see you. This is a camera and it only works one way. But you'll see me if you tune in. And together we'll have another look at some English. Okay, I'm off. See you later. Bye.